AITA for kicking my mother-in-law out of my wedding after she wore a white dress. I, 28F, married my husband James, 30M, this summer. Planning the wedding was supposed to be magical, but there was one constant storm cloud, my future mother-in-law. From the start, she had strong opinions about everything: flowers, menu, guest list, even what shoes I should wear. She has always been competitive with me, like I stole her baby boy. I brushed it off as future-in-law nerves, but the closer we got to the wedding, the more intense it became. She'd make snide comments. "Are you sure you want your hair like that?" James always liked brunettes with curls. Or, "Our family weddings are usually in a church, but I guess you'll do it your way." Every step felt like a subtle reminder that in her mind, I was an intruder. James tried to smooth things over, but he's the type to avoid conflict at all costs. He'd say, "That's just how Mom is, don't take it personally." I told myself it didn't matter. One day of celebration, then we could focus on marriage. But I underestimated how far she'd go to make everything about herself. The first big clash came during a dress shopping trip. She insisted on coming to be part of the moment. I thought it might be bonding time, but instead, she criticized everything. Too plain, too flashy, too much lace. When I finally found the dress, she frowned and said, "It's nice, but don't you think it looks a little bridal for your figure?" I laughed awkwardly, but my friends later told me their jaws were on the floor. That day, she casually mentioned she'd already ordered her dress. I thought nothing of it, assuming she'd go with a standard elegant mother of the groom look. A week later, I saw the receipt on her coffee table when we visited. White. Floor length. Beaded. I asked if it was a mistake. She smiled and said, "Oh no, it's tradition in our family." The groom's mother wears white too, as a symbol of purity. I told her no, this was my day, my dress. She shrugged and said she'd think about it. I went home furious. James promised to talk to her. He came back saying she understood and wouldn't wear it. I wanted to believe him. In the weeks leading up to the wedding, I felt uneasy. Every time we saw her, she made comments about how people would remember her look. I asked James if he was sure she wouldn't wear that white dress. He insisted she promised. I wanted to let it go. I didn't want to be a bridezilla. But my gut told me the storm wasn't over. The morning of the wedding, I was nervous but excited. Everything was perfect. The venue, the flowers, my bridesmaids in their gowns. I was in my dress, feeling like the main character for once. Then whispers started buzzing. My maid of honor came running, pale-faced. "She's here, in the white dress." I thought she was joking, but then I peeked out. There was my mother-in-law, sweeping into the hall in a full-length, sparkling white gown that looked like it came straight out of a bridal magazine. Guests literally turned their heads, whispering, some even asking if she was the bride. My heart sank. I felt humiliated before the ceremony even started. I confronted her immediately. "Why are you wearing that?" She smiled sweetly and said, "Oh honey, calm down. It's just a dress." I wanted to look my best for my son's big day. My bridesmaids were fuming, whispering that she was trying to steal the spotlight. James came over, looking uncomfortable. I told him this was unacceptable. He mumbled, "It's too late now, let's just go through with the ceremony." My jaw dropped. Too late? This was our wedding day. His mom looked like a second bride, and he wanted me to ignore it? Guests kept staring. Some even took photos of her before me. It felt like my special moment was being hijacked. I gave her one last chance. "Please go change or cover it up." She crossed her arms and said, "No, I'm his mother. I belong in white more than you do." That's when I snapped. I told the coordinator she needed to leave if she wouldn't change. My mill gasped, acting like I'd slapped her. She started raising her voice, saying, "You can't throw out the mother of the groom." Guests froze, watching the scene unfold like a reality show. My father stepped in, backing me up. He said it was disrespectful and that she was ruining the day. James just stood there, torn. I looked at him for support, but he muttered, "Maybe just let her stay. It's not worth the fight." That cut me deeper than anything. My own husband wouldn't stand up for me on our wedding day. The coordinator and security discreetly approached. My MIL shrieked, "She's trying to erase me from my son's life." As they guided her out, some guests clapped, others whispered. My hands were shaking, but part of me felt relief. We continued with the ceremony, but the mood was different. I felt eyes on me, wondering if I'd overreacted. The reception was tense. Half the family avoided me. The other half came up quietly, saying they admired my courage. James barely spoke during dinner. When we had our first dance, he smiled for the crowd, but whispered through gritted teeth, "You humiliated my mom." I whispered back, "She humiliated me." We went through the motions of cake cutting and speeches, but the magic was gone. His side of the family was icy. Mine tried to make me feel better, but it was obvious the event had been overshadowed by drama. That night in the hotel, we fought. He said I overreacted. I said he underreacted. He accused me of choosing theatrics over family harmony. I told him, if harmony means letting his mother dress like a bride at my wedding, then I want no part of it. We went to bed back to back on our first night as husband and wife. Since then, the fallout has been brutal. His mom plays the victim, telling everyone I banned her from her own son's wedding. His sister posted online about controlling wives. James still thinks I should have let it go for one day. But I can't shake the humiliation. Guests thought she was the bride. Some even congratulated her before realizing the mistake. It wasn't harmless. It was sabotage. I dreamed of this day since I was a kid, and she made it a circus. My family supports me, but even some of my friends asked if I should have just ignored it. I don't think ignoring blatant disrespect is the answer. I protected my day, but at what cost? My relationship with my husband is strained, and my MIL is acting like I destroyed the family. So, AITA for kicking my MIL out of my wedding because she wore a white bridal gown. Since then, the fallout has been brutal. His mom plays the victim, telling everyone I banned her from her own son's wedding. His sister posted online about controlling wives. James still thinks I should have let it go for one day. But I can't shake the humiliation. Guests thought she was the bride. Some even congratulated her before realizing the mistake. It wasn't harmless. It was sabotage. I dreamed of this day since I was a kid, and she made it a circus. My family supports me, but even some of my friends asked if I should have just ignored it. I don't think ignoring blatant disrespect is the answer. I protected my day, but at what cost? My relationship with my husband is strained, and my MIL is acting like I destroyed the family. So, AITA for kicking my MIL out of my wedding because she wore a white bridal gown. To this day, James and I are divided. He still talks to his mom daily like nothing happened. I feel betrayed every time I picture her smirking in that dress. I love my husband, but I wonder if this was a preview of our future, me versus his mom and him on the sidelines. Some people say weddings reveal true colors. Hers were glaring, but so were his. When it mattered most, he didn't protect me. He let his mom overshadow me. And I had to defend myself on my own wedding day. I know family unity matters, but shouldn't respect come first? If she can't honor boundaries on a day that wasn't about her, when will she ever? So, Reddit, was I wrong to throw her out? Or was I standing up for myself when no one else would? Update. A week later, the fallout hit harder. Many guests messaged me saying they absolutely noticed how inappropriate my MIL was. Even distant relatives called her stunt embarrassing. Surprisingly, a few of James's cousins admitted they thought I did the right thing. James and I went to counseling. The therapist told him he failed to support his partner. He admitted he was scared of conflict with his mom. That stung, but at least he recognized it. As for Mile, she's still sulking, telling everyone she was thrown out like trash. I've gone low contact. James has started setting small boundaries, but it's a long road. We're not divorced, but we're definitely scarred. If nothing else, the wedding showed me exactly what kind of fight I'll be facing in this marriage.